Hello and welcome to episode 4. Today we find ourselves in Harrietville in the Victorian foot of the Alps, and over the next 3 days I'm going to be riding the Murray to Mountain Trail. We're going to be starting in the highlands of Harrietville, and today we're just riding down the 50 kilometres to Myrtleford, and then we carry on from Myrtleford tomorrow down to Wangaratta, and then the killer day, which is on Sunday, is Wangaratta up to Yakandanda, and I'm not really looking forward to riding all the way up that trail, but let's go. Harrietville is a mecca for cyclists, walkers and outdoor people, both in the winter and the summer. We're actually at the weekend, which is the end of the ski season, and we can see people enjoying the trailhead and the river just flowing next to us. This is the Ovens River, and we'll be cycling most of the way down to Myrtleford along the trail. We're doing the Great Valley Trail, and the first part is Harrietville to Bright, 26 kilometres. It's mostly downhill, and nearly a lot of the time we'll be next to the very picturesque Ovens River. The path is really a gentle ride downhill into Bright, and the views of the valley are spectacular. Just passing through Freeborough, and we've done 17 kilometres from Harrietville. Got another 9 k's to go to Bright, and we're just heading away from the road down to the river. Here we are in Bright, and I have had a little bit of a challenge getting through the town. More on me than the signs. But I think we're back on track now, and we're heading next for Porepunkah. And here we are at the old Bright railway station. It's the beginning or end of the rail trail, if that's what you choose to call it. They've kept some of the old rolling stock here, and you can't quite see it on the other side, but there's part of the station there too. I stopped for lunch at the iconic Rail Trail Cafe. It's on the path, but safe and easy for you to lock up your bike while you have your lunch, coffee and a rest. The trail from Porepunkah to Myrtleford was very quiet. I rode it on a Friday, had very little traffic coming against me or riding with me. In the lower parts of the trail, it showed how rural the area was, with numerous vineyards and hop gardens. staying overnight in the Myrtleford holiday park and managed to get a unit which would be comfortable for a couple. Nice balcony, a couple of chairs and table outside, and then we're in Snow Gum 3. When you come in, got a place for your bike, functional kitchen, lounge, TV, bathroom. Interesting, there's a washing machine as well, which you don't often get, and then a very functional ensuite and double bed.
And that's the end of day 1. We started in Harrietville and we cycled next to the Ovens River, through Bright, through Porepunkah and into Myrtleford. It's an easy day. The only disadvantage was the 5 kilometres of the trail that were closed and we had to ride on the road. Very dangerous. I had dinner at the Myrtleford Hotel, a short walk from the caravan park, and there's a nice beer garden in the back. At the beginning of day 2, I wish I'd paid more attention to this map because the first 7 or 8 kilometres from Myrtleford up to Taylor's Gap are up a climb which is about 100 metres.
Here we are at Taylor's Gap. This is part of the climb coming out of Myrtleford. Hadn't expected it. I thought it was supposed to be a flat run all the way down to Everton and into Wangaratta. More fool me. I've been climbing for about an hour. But I think that's the high point. In the last clip, you heard me complaining relentlessly about the hour-long climb up to Taylor's Gap. Well, literally 200 metres from that point, you come down this fabulous escarpment all the way to Bowman. A lovely, lovely run. We've arrived at the railhead just short of Everton station, and for the last day and a half we've been coming down from Harrietville through Smoko, through Bright, and then last night I stopped off in Myrtleford, and today I've cycled up to Taylor's Gap, through Bowman Station, Brookfield Station, and we're just at the railhead. Tomorrow I'll be coming back after I've been down in Wangaratta, and if I turn around we'll be heading up to Yakandanda on the left hand trail, not the right hand trail. I'm really looking forward to it. Here we are at Everton station, and this plaque commemorates the opening of stage 1 of the trail in 2002. And the station's still here. It's a logical resting point for everybody who is coming either from Wang or from Bright. There's water, there's toilets, and there's places to have lunch or a snack.
On weekends the trail is much busier and you'll find yourself passing all sorts of parties, singles who are camping, couples who are on a ride, and also groups as they enjoy the trail.
along the trail, you get to see people on all sorts of contraptions. Keep going! We've got 12 k's to go to Wangaratta, and like on the other trails, you have markers every kilometre as to how far you've got to go, or how far you've been. Just rolled into Tarrawingi railway station. It says here that there's not much left of the station on the platform, but if I pan over to the other side of the trail, there's a place to get out of the sun, to put your bike, rest and recuperate. Here we are at Londrigan. Again, there isn't much left of the station, but we are able to show you that we've got about 10-11 k's to go before we get into Wangaratta. And the trail, reasonably quiet today for a Saturday, and there's some interesting artworks next to the station.
Just before Bowser, you go under the Hume Highway, and then it's a short cycle into the final station before Wangaratta, Bowser. It's 8 kilometres away from Wang, and this is really where you start to join the road that is the bypass that goes from the Hume into Wangaratta. It's safe, you're on the side of the road. And that's the end of day 2, so we've cycled from Myrtleford into Wangaratta. It's mostly downhill apart from the first hour of the day, and we look forward to telling you about tomorrow. I stayed at the Miller's Cottage Hotel. It's literally 100 metres off the trail, and it's a short 5 to 7 minute walk into Wangaratta. The final day sees us travelling from Wangaratta up to Beechworth and then on to Yakandanda. I wish I'd had a look more closely at the elevation climb, because it took me nearly 2 hours to ride from Everton station into Beechworth.
Just thought I'd give you a quick view of the trail heading up to Beechworth. Very pretty. Arrived in Beechworth, and my, what a climb it is from Everton station up to Beechworth. 16 kilometres, of which roughly 14 kilometres is the climb, and it really does grind you down. I've nicknamed it the bastard of Beechworth because of the hill being so steep. Obviously if you're going down the other way, it's the beauty of Beechworth. Anyway, well signed, and I was delighted to find the water station over there because I'd run out on the way up. Just stopped for a short time.
And after lunch and looking at the trail map, I decided to call it quits in Beechworth. I called Luke and asked him to pick me up. I just didn't have it in my legs to do another 25 k's, especially when I saw that there was a climb for 4 kilometres out of Beechworth before you started the decline into Yak. Anyway, beautiful Murrays to Mountain Trail. Do encourage you to give it a go. It's easy to do it as a single person. You don't have to carry a lot of gear. There's cheap accommodation along the way. There's logical waypoints in Myrtleford and Wangaratta. And even if you wanted to do it the other way from Beechworth down to Wangaratta and then back up to Bright and Myrtleford, you could do that as well. It's a ride that I highly recommend, and look forward to seeing you in the next episode.